After the base area where we parked the Jeep, I started the long hike. As I ascended, the geology became more and more interesting. Mount Pinatubo sits within a few miles of another volcano, Mount Arayat. Many people mistake the two when they first arrive to the area because of this proximity. Mount Pinatubo's eruption is spelled out in all the history books, but one thing you won't read about in the history books is that a typhoon which chose this particular day to batter the coast added an unexpected element of catastrophe. Lahar, or volcanic mud, made its way through the thin, silty soils of the region, and as it gathered momentum coming down the mountainside, it engulfed entire villages sitting in its path. Everywhere around us you see these big, dark-colored rocks. Some of them are the size of the Jeep that we came in on. All of them have come out from Mount Pinatubo, and along the way I'll hope to find some more, but they are basically they came out, they're called bombs. As soon as they exit the top of the volcano, they're called bombs, and they impale themselves in the soil. Some of them are, meters deep inside the soil. Currently still active, Pinatubo is a stratovolcano. When it erupted on July 15th, it had a volcanic explosivity index, or VEI, of 6. When Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980, it was a 5. Well, I've been told we're almost at the top here. Oh, it's been a long trip. It's very rewarding though. Pinatubo is very forgiving. The sun is a little bit annoying. It kind of bleaches fair-skinned people like myself, but it's nice and slow. The gradient's pretty easy. It takes about 2 hours to get to, there's a small level base area, but then there's only 20 or so minutes to get to where I'm at now, and I can see the top of the crater. Wow, that's really something. Here it is. Made it. Wow, that is something. Everything that you see here was, before the 90s, the top of the volcano. It lost some 300 meters of altitude when it exploded. What's left is this emerald green crater lake. You can take a boat to a hot spring that's just out of view from the landing area. It takes about an hour round trip. But I had to get going, so I snapped a couple of photos and headed back. The next stop on my trip is Alaminos in the 100 Islands National Park. It's about a 2-hour journey and can be done by the major bus charter Victory Liner for about $8. But I took a jeepney and spent about $3 and got to see much more of the scenery. The trip through the smaller towns was great. There's far less traffic, and I spent most of the trip hanging out of the bus's rear door snapping photos. Well, here we are in just outside of Alaminos City. It's probably my favorite part of traveling, just getting into these very, very, very rural areas. We rented this place last night. It's probably one of the nicest places I've seen in. But even this place, it's got cows grazing in the field right next to us. Sitting just outside of Alaminos is a town called Lucap. It's the port of call for visiting the 100 Islands National Park in the Lingayen Gulf. There's really not a lot to see in Alaminos, but it has a big market, and you can take a tricycle for about 60 pesos, about $1.40. For a round trip of 120 pesos, the driver will drop you off and pick you up from anywhere you want, or you can just drive around both towns and see the sights from the little sidecar attached to the bike. I decided I wanted to check out the market because I always get great photos and people are always happy to let you snap away. So we're in downtown Alaminos right now. This is sort of the main strip of the area here. So we're just going to walk into this mall, check out and see what they have. I love taking pictures in markets. They're full of people, they're full of flavors and amazing smells. No matter where you go, there's always something very interesting to take pictures of. Someone cutting up fish, they seem like a normal sight in the location you're in to all the locals, but not everybody gets to see that wherever I'm from. At a typical market in the Philippines, you're likely to find all sorts of seafoods: chicken, beef, even lamb. And since it's a majority Catholic nation, there's also plenty of pork. To make it easy to flush away fish guts, markets are generally also built right on top of open sewage pits, so bring your nose clips. After I walked around the market and bought a few things for dinner, I walked around the town a little bit and took a few photos. Then it was back to town to secure a boat ride into the islands tomorrow morning. The town itself is great for taking photos. Real Filipino life happens here. I get the feeling that this is the real pace of life for most of the country. This evening was Christmas Eve, so I might have just gotten to see everyone in a really good mood. We were trying to meet up with your husband today and to talk to him about taking us out on a boat trip tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
What time tomorrow can we go on a boat trip?
Right.
Anytime?
Anytime.
Can we leave very early with the sun?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. After speaking with the hotel owner's wife, the rest of the day was mine to walk around the coast, check out the little restaurants at the dock, and poke around the shops.
Hello, hello.
Lucap is a great little town to walk around in. The people are really friendly and curious to meet travelers. High tourist season starts in about February and goes to July. Any other months of the year, you're sure to get the best deals on food, accommodation, and transportation to the amenities.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Say hello.
Hello!
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye!
You want to play blackout bingo? Okay. Okay. Sure.
The people here are very welcoming. As I was walking along the street, I was invited to play bingo with a local family.
Okay. I think I'm behind. Oh my God, she's got like 10 here.
I couldn't stay very long, but I couldn't say no to the hospitality. And who can pass up bingo?
You're getting ready to win.
Do you want to bid 5 pesos per card? And then if you win, you win this one. You win all
Oh wow. I have 1 peso.
Okay. You will win Manito Baguna. Oh, you can just play.
Okay. Okay.
Number 5!
Ah, bingo! Okay, bingo! I win! Yay! That's okay. I will donate that to the pot. Okay? All right. Well, thank you for letting me play.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Merry Christmas! All right.
On to the restaurant, I saw a pretty familiar sight throughout Asia. There are many words for it, but simply put, the best English phrase to describe it is ladyboy.
So there's a specific phrase that describes a specific person. In Thailand, it's called katoi.
As with most Southeast Asian countries, transgender males are pretty widely tolerated. The Philippines is no exception. Gays and lesbians will have no trouble here either. On to the food, I ordered pork soup, served hot.
Ooh. That's nice and hot right there. Nice and sticky. Just like I like my soup. All over me. Table meat.
Tomorrow it's off to 100 Islands State Park, so I headed home by way of probably the most annoying nativity on Earth. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. So the next day it's off for the islands and to hopefully get some great photos.
So here we are about to take off to the 100 Islands National Park. We're going to see Quezon Island, Children's Island, and Governor's Island.